Good day, teachers. We will be going through the PBL, the cow. The concepts covered are question and answer, the learning outcomes, answers coherently in written or oral form to questions in English based on day-to-day life experiences, unfamiliar story, poem heard or read. Uses meaningful grammatically correct sentences to describe and narrate incidents and for framing questions. Learning objectives. Learners will be able to observe and record creatures they see, ask questions about the creatures, frame questions based on a picture, find out more details about the creatures using questions, and write a quiz on information about animals. Here is a thinking question for this PBL. What do you do when you do not understand something? Although there is a predetermined answer, be open to variations in the answer and accept even those that are different. The learners may be inclined to say that they use questions. It is the common tool that we all use to find out things. Activity 1. What do you see? Take a walk around your school and record the animals you see and the sounds they make. Here is a sample answer. Dog, bow wow. Crow, caw caw. Cow, moo moo. Frog, croak croak. Activity 2. What do you want to know? Write down 10 questions about these creatures and look for answers by asking the people around you. Where is the dog going? The dog is going to the ground. Is the crow hungry? Yes, that's why it's cawing. What is the cow doing? The cow is eating grass. Where does the frog like to live? The frog likes to live in the pond. Activity 3. Create questions. Ask questions about the picture and create your own questions. Ask questions about this picture. A few example questions are given below. What are the animals talking about? Is a squirrel eating something? Why have the animals gathered together in the jungle? Now create your own questions in the space provided below, and I have put down a few questions. What is the frog doing? Is the bird going to eat the frog? Is the deer scared of the wolf? Activity 4. Find out all about them. Write about their babies, homes, and other details that you like. Use the clues given in the box to complete the table. You may refer to other sources for information like the dictionary or even ask elders. For example, a deer's young one is fawn, a deer's home is forest, and a deer eats grass. Moving to the imagine, write, and share part, what would happen if a fish did not live in water? The fish would be my friend and we will come to school together. That could be a possible answer. Imagine what would happen if you slept in an open place when it was raining. I would become a balloon and float up in the sky. That could be a possible answer. Activity 5. Ask me a question. Create a quiz using the information you have learned from the previous activity. There are 3 rounds of question framing: multiple choice, fill in the blank, and match the following. Multiple choice. A deer lives in a forest, cave, or river. Give them options. Fill in the blank. The bear's young one is called a dash. Match the following. You can do a matching the home question by putting the animals on one column and the houses on the other column. Let's read this passage. Once we read this passage, we will convert the story into a role play and write dialogues between Nikit and the forest officer, and then we will even enact the dialogues. Nikit asks questions about animals to the forest officer, who gladly answered his questions. Nikit learned about the special body parts of different animals. Giraffes have long, sticky tongues to reach high leaves. Cheetahs have strong legs that help them run very fast. Rhinoceroses have thick, bumpy skin to protect them from sharp objects. Elephants use their trunks to grab food and spray water. Peacocks have bright, colorful feathers to attract other peacocks. Monkeys have long, strong arms that help them swing from tree to tree. By the end, his head buzzed with knowledge. "Thank you so much for answering my questions," Nikit exclaimed, beaming. "I learned so much." Nikit's question: why do giraffes have long, sticky tongues? Forest officer's reply: the long, sticky tongues of giraffes help them reach high leaves. Nikit's question: how can cheetahs run super fast? Forest officer's reply: cheetahs have strong legs and that helps them run very fast. Nikit says, rhinoceroses, to the officer's statement that they are protected because of their bumpy skin. Nikit's question: what do elephants use their trunks for? The forest officer's reply is that they use their trunks to grab food and spray water. Imagine, answer, and discuss with class. What objects would hurt or poke a rhinoceros if it did not have a bumpy skin? The answer could be the thorns in the bushes and the animals that hunt them will hurt them easily. How would the giraffes reach the leaves at the top of tall trees if they did not have sticky tongues? They will have to learn to climb trees, or they could also uproot the tree and then eat its leaves. In the creative space, stick a craft of your favorite animal and you can present it and describe the same. In order to describe them, you can use the following template. Name of the animal, here elephant, the color is grey, and the size and characteristics, that is a large animal which has broad ears, a pair of tusks and a tail. And what do you admire? I admire that elephants love their families and take care of one another. Self-assessment questions. What can we call a deer's home? Forest. What punctuation mark is usually found at the end of a statement? Option A, the full stop or period. Identify which of the following is a question. C. Did you have lunch? 4. Look at these sentences and find out which one is a question. Sentence 1. Is it going to rain today? Sentence 2. It's a sunny day. Answer A. Sentence 1. The PBL ends with the OMR sheet, which helps the learners practice for competitive exams they might appear in the future. This brings us to the end of an interesting PBL. Hope you enjoy implementing the same. Thank you.